Hello, you're welcome to Jamovi tutorials on how to perform an independent sample t-test. And before I start, independent sample t-test is an inferential statistical tool or test used to determine whether your data is statistically significant or it's not. We use it to test hypotheses in a research. So today, I'm going to walk you through how to perform inferential statistics using the independent sample t-test. So to find an independent sample t-test, we need two variables. And one variable is categorized into two groups. In this case now we have sex, which includes female and male. So two groups, and this sign is showing that it's a nominal kind of data, and this is our second variable. It must be continuous, and this is what you're seeing here. Okay, so now we want to see whether there is a significant difference between the number of COVID-19 deaths recorded among the females and male, if there is any statistical difference at all between these two groups in US. Alright, so to find an independent t-test, you have to click on analysis. I'm here already. So after that, go to t-test. You will see three kinds of tests here. But today we are looking at independent samples t-test. So you click on independent sample t-test. So now we have two panels, this and this. This is the result panel. Now we are going to drag our grouping variables into the box, independent variables into the box. Okay. Yeah, let's do that now. The grouping variable is the sex, so you put it here. And for the dependent variable, we have COVID-19 death. Excellent. So here we have the p-value to be 0.619. And remember, this is student's T. Now, for you to know which of these tests to use, student T, Wells, or Whitney U test, you have to check for normality and homogeneity as well. So let's consider that first. You should do this first, before interpreting or discussing the p-value of your independent sample t-test. Alright, now, so in this case, the p-value is less than 0.001, which is far below 0.5. which is below 0.5. So check what is written here. A low p-value suggests a violation of the assumption of normality. So this value tells us that this data set is not normally distributed. And when the data is not normally distributed, we call it a non-parametric test, parametric data. So in that case, we would use Mann's Whitney. Mann Whitney. That's what we're going to use. I do not need this any longer. So this is what we have. And the homogeneity is 0 points. This is above 0.05. So that implies that it is homogeneous. Yeah, like having equal variance. So let's go back to our inferential statistics. So this value now, let's click on effect size as well. Okay, the effect size is 0.129, which shows that the difference in the size of the data is minimal. That is, it's very little. So that is what that means. Now we have a p-value to be, this is what we use to determine whether to accept the null hypothesis or reject the null hypothesis. So in this case, we have p-value to be 0.143, which is above 0.05, right? So that means that we will fail to reject the null hypothesis. The null hypothesis states that there is no significant difference between the number of COVID-19 deaths recorded in US among females and males. All right, so this shows that there is no statistical difference between both groups. I hope that is clear. So that is how to perform independent sample t-tests. You can also click on descriptives. This will give you the summary. This will give you the summary of the data set. So here you have it. This is the number of entries, the mean, the median, the standard deviation, and the standard error. So you can do it separately by performing descriptive statistic tests. You can also do it here just to get the summary of your data set. Thank you.